Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chris Wilks.
Yeah!
Yeah! Here we go. Here we go for Brett. He's never been funnier.
Yay!
So I was actually asked to leave a nightclub last weekend because they said that my material was too blue. Maybe you heard of the nightclub. It's called Denny's. But it's a big night tonight. It's election night, and a very important part, we're seeing democracy in action. I do not do political material. I have a hard enough time getting people to like me as it is. I don't need to alienate half my audience right out of the gate. What I will say is that, like I say, every election season, it brings out the worst in a lot of really, really good people who I think all want and are voting with their conscience. And I think that we need to have that empathy for those people who have different viewpoints, because that's what America's about. This is the greatest country in the world, and I believe in it. And yes, I mean, we need to find that common ground, because this is not a college football rivalry. This is our country. We've got a lot of work to do. And but just remember, this is all going to be great for comedy. So anyway, sermon's over, and I do know that whoever gets elected tonight needs to declare war on somebody right away. I mean, that is great for approval ratings, and or they at least need to kill somebody really, really bad. I have quite a few suggestions, if I'm asked. The Joint Chiefs, I've got them on speed dial. So, unfortunately, I don't think they're going to consider Mitch McConnell a serious candidate. But in that game, you know that the big champion has got to be Obama, because he caught the cowboy that couldn't be caught, didn't he? And I mean, it was a big moment, and the nightmare was over, and so, but it was so anticlimactic. It was, he just goes and just reports that he gave a military funeral. He confirmed the death, and they buried him at sea. And so that didn't really track. We wanted to see the body. We needed that closure. And say about him what you will, Trump would have showed us that body. I mean, he would have put it on a horse-drawn carriage down Pennsylvania Avenue, and he would have had the Rockettes dancing around and the Budweiser Clydesdales pulling it. Say about him what you will, he's a showman, so we've got to respect that. And one of the things I thought was interesting is that Bin Laden actually had a very large collection of pornography, which I think put kind of a human spin on it. I mean, yes, he was an evil man, and he was the criminal mastermind behind the single largest act of terror on American soil. But at the end of the day, he's a lot like us. At the end of the day, he likes to go home, crack a cold one, and tug one out to some wacky material. And they didn't release the titles of his pornography, but I do my research before I go on stage, so I did find out some of those titles. They included Behind the Green Cave, Towel of Bondage, Under the Burqa, and Debbie Does Karachi. And, so I'd actually like to see some Taliban pornography. I mean, if you get right down to it, I try to stay on top of all the current trends. So, I know that it's not possible to watch all the porn in the world, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. So, I guess that's my time. I do have a plug this weekend. I'm very excited about it. I am going to be singing the national anthem at the mud wrestling tournament at Visions Cabaret this weekend. So mark your calendars, follow me on social media, and good night. It's been a great night, and God bless America.
Chris Wilks, ladies and gentlemen.